Hi, my name is Juliana May. I'm an author. Today is the 1st of March. I have to say it, I have to, which is crazy. The year is just going and going, you know, all the years, they just keep going and it's just crazy and time keeps moving and that's insane and terrifying, but that's another story. The first of the month is when I do a poetry video for you, which is when I recite a poem that I've written in the previous month. So today's poem is February. It's written in February. I have to be pretty quick about it because, I have stuff to do. I'm a busy person, so I have to be out of my house soon. So let's do this. I actually have a title for once. It's called Whiskey, so I'll just get right into it, I guess. Whiskey is the last thing I should be reaching for. They tell you alcohol is a depressant, that the swirl of liquid in a glass is a symbolic tornado. At least this is a natural disaster I can control. I think cinnamon heartburn would taste better than the tang of empty heart. Empty heart is sour. It is looking for a fill, and since it can't reach for you, empty heart reaches for Fireball. Empty heart hopes Fireball will light a fire inside of it, so for a few moments it can feel the pain burn away. I digress. There may be pain, but on top of that, empty heart is not empty. It is stocked full of memories, of jars of flowers, and days you said you loved me. Whiskey is the last thing I should be reaching for. They tell you alcohol is a depressant, so I leave my hands empty. I fold them and try to remember this way, they're actually always full. So that's this month's poem, Whiskey. Fireball's pretty tasty. I did actually end up having some. So this poem isn't entirely true. It was true. I was trying not to drink any alcohol because they say it's a depressant and you don't need to be further depressed when you're depressed. So I've still been writing poetry a little bit. Thankfully, I've had enough to choose from to actually recite something. I was getting a little worried I wasn't going to have anything that I really wanted to recite, and then I did. So I have Whiskey the poem, and the alcohol. Enough, Jules, enough. I also wanted to mention, I just want to talk a little bit about this because it's related to poetry. It's not really technically directly related to me, but if you watch me or follow me, you kind of probably know that I love Rudy Francisco. He's amazing. He's a fantastic poet. I have his book. I just got it recently and I did a video about it, about getting his book from Button Poetry. And he is going to be on my favorite talk show tonight, Jimmy Fallon. I am in love with Jimmy Fallon and I love Rudy Francisco, so it's two worlds collide and it's gonna be amazing. So that's at 11:35 if you're interested. I'm so interested. I'm so down. I'm so ready and excited for this. I just think it's so cool how poetry is kind of making more of it's pushing itself into the world, you know? It's like becoming more prominent. I went to Target the other day. I haven't been to Target in a while, and I was looking at the books, which I usually do when I'm at Target. I kind of just walk around the two aisles a little bit and wait for my mother to finish shopping, and I just get lost in the books a little bit. But they had a significant number of poetry books. Like, I remember there was like one or two, sometimes there wasn't even poetry books. Like, when I first started really going to Target a lot, I don't remember really seeing poetry books. And then there was one book, and then there was like maybe two books, and then I went the other day and there was like 5 to 10 books of poetry, and I was like, this is fantastic. And now Rudy's gonna be on Jimmy tonight and I might cry. I'm so excited, and like, it's always been an unrealistic goal of mine to be on Jimmy Fallon one day because I love him so much. Like, I just have been thinking, like, I would consider myself successful if I ended up on Jimmy Fallon. Like, that is a dream. That is a dream, and I hope it happens, and I'm gonna be praying it happens. But seeing that Rudy, who is a poet, is gonna be performing on Jimmy Fallon, it makes it more real to me. Like, if I put myself out there with poetry, maybe I could get on Jimmy Fallon one day. Obviously, it doesn't give me too much hope because I'm not anywhere near Rudy's level. I'm not anywhere near I don't have that kind of fan base like he does, and all the other stuff that is required to get on Jimmy Fallon. But it gives me a little bit of more hoped that I could get on Jimmy Fallon, and to be able to perform a poem on Jimmy Fallon would be fantastic. I don't know if I'm just missing it or I don't think I've ever seen a poet on Jimmy Fallon's show before. So for Rudy to be the first one I've heard of is incredible. And I'm just so excited. But so that can be the end of that little rant about Rudy. I love him. If you don't know him, you should check him out. He is fantastic. I really like My Honest Poem. And Scars to the New Boyfriends, fantastic. Both of those, top two, I'd say, probably. So that's it. I should stop and give myself less to edit. So thank you so much for watching. Love you so much. Don't forget about Rudy on Tonight Show at 11:35 if you're interested. I put it on my phone to remind me, so. Alright, thank you for watching. Love you. Bye!
Hey you, now we're in something new. Hey you, now you feeling like I do. Come on, shout it. Let's leave the past behind us. Come on, shout it. Hey you.
Alright, done now, Jules. It's a Jonas Brother morning. I've just been listening to Jonas Brothers all morning, so every once in a while I'll have a throwback like that, and today I do, and so hopefully I won't have a ton of bloopers, because I don't think I have a ton of time to edit today. Okay. But I think I want to, no, yeah, it's a great title. For once I actually have a title, and it's called Whiskey. You know how I am. Okay. Let me just calm myself for a second. I think I'm a little too bubbly right now to be doing poetry. Okay. Bam. That's my poem. Okay. Now I have to pull myself back out of poetry mode because now I'm not bubbly anymore. I want to finish bubbly. Okay. Maybe I should have recorded the bubbly part first and then depressed myself and recorded the poem, but that's not how I think. Sometimes I don't think, so. Okay, Jules. Focus. I got it in the mail. Ugh.